All right, all right. Hey, hey, Virgos, welcome back. All right, so let's go ahead and jump on in and we're going to just see what is the message right now. Hopefully, it'll be something beautiful. We have got the Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups takes our character on a bit of a journey. Our character is walking away from something. Whomever this could be our Virgo embarking, but I don't think so. This feels very much like somebody else is finally choosing for themselves that they want to leave like captivity and embark and listen to their own, like the call from their own heart. Temperance in the reverse. Even though a character is doing a brave thing and they're walking their own path, by no means are they at peace right now. This is, one act of bravery doesn't mean that instantly now it's like a movie and life is oh so perfect. It's like, no, this person's like frustrated. They're restless. They're doing the thing that they need to for the first couple steps, but their next thought is, damn, how do I straighten all this out? What is it that they're feeling that they need to straighten out? And they're so frustrated that isn't straightened out. Chariot and Hierophant in the reverse. It's what they need to straighten out is how do they move forward. And it's weird because this could be a character who's like, let's say they're walking away from a relationship that felt more like captivity, and perhaps it's a situation where now they've called it, right? I'm going to get a divorce. I'm done with this. I'm out. But then, making that proclamation, moving out, leaving is one thing. But now, how do they get stuff settled so they can actually move forward in life and get that maybe divorce finalized? I'm thinking that this is somebody who wants to possibly move toward Virgo. This is somebody who's breaking off a connection, maybe in a karmic scenario. By the way, we do have 3 major arcana out of those 4 cards, right? So we have Cancerian, we have Taurus, and we have Sag. God, we also just brought Libra into it, and essentially Libra, Gemini, Aquarius as a whole as well. We did have water energy at the beginning also with that Eight of Cups. So everything is still, even though they've broken away, they've made movement forward. Nothing is balanced in their life. And walking away from one episode does not mean that they instantly have this freedom to just move forward. Like this person, if their goal is to ride their chariot into the sunset and enter into Virgo's life and say, I'm finally free, the divorce is in process, it's not going to be that simple for them. They realize that saying I'm done and walking out is not the same thing as going through, especially the legalities, the minutia, the fine details. There's going to be a lot of, like, they realize how confined they actually still are. Tell me, you notice we have no Virgo in this at all. That's why I'm saying this isn't Virgo. I thought that right at the beginning. But tell me just, how does Virgo factor in at all to this situation? Because this is all about somebody else right now. Here we have Virgo, Knight of Pentacles. Virgo is like somewhere off in the farmland, riding on this earthy pony, slowly but steadily moving forward in life, kind of following their dreams in a kind of a lush environment. Like this Virgo has made success in their life and they'll continue to have success, but they're in a whole different place. I mean, I think geographically, this Virgo is in a whole different place, maybe someplace where there's, like a green landscape. Ace of Cups. So Virgo is really kind of practicing a lot of self-love. They're in a really transformational time of their life. Virgo could be undergoing some pretty big changes right now as a whole in their life. King of Pentacles in the reverse. I kind of think this Virgo is, if once upon a time, that first character that we've talked about, Virgo saw that first character as, that was my perfect mate. I think as Virgo has continued to move forward, grown, healed, loved themselves more, I think if anything, they're seeing that that person was their karmic. So Virgo is in a state of like real happiness. But when it comes to, is that my King of Pentacles? Is that the person I would give my loyalty? Is that the person I'm dreaming of, building our, whatever, our 20-room mansion? Oh gosh, no, not at all. Not at all. Virgo is, I think, more realistic. They're really moving forward with like their heart as guidance. And I just don't see them. I don't even know. Is Virgo thinking about this person, that first character at all? The Death card, no. The Knight of Swords, the Emperor, and the Queen of Swords, no. That's a confident no. Virgo has actually released that character from their entire mindset. Virgo is actually actively seeking out an emperor. I don't want a karmic King of Pentacles when there's a great emperor out there. Virgo could be starting soon a long distance connection, or I know it maybe sounds crazy and far-fetched, but somebody who's French, either they live in France, which may not be far away from Virgo, who's to say where our character is. But here it speaks of distance, and this is kind of like, to me, this is the kind of right around the Louvre. That's what it's very reminiscent of. And I feel like there's letter writing, and I think that possibly Virgo is going to meet someone. They could be an Aries, they could be a Scorpio, but somebody vastly different from that first character. We'll come back to that first character in just a minute, but we clearly have a new boo coming in to the, kind of like the area. And it does feel like, it could be long distance, and it feels like it could even be online, where Virgo starts talking to this new individual. Virgo could even be like, yeah, I need to vet them, especially because they're at a distance. I want to know that they're not just, some catfish. This person could be someone even like in the government, and that could also be something where Virgo's like, yeah, right. I don't know, an emperor can be someone of terrific, means, right? They could have quite the empire. They could have a pretty substantial role that they play in whatever their life is, in their community, or in their town, or in their country, or in their business. But Virgo is kind of, I'll say, not getting uber excited. They'll converse with this person, but they will also weigh this person's words heavily and make sure that they really believe that they're dealing with the person that they think they are. But this new emperor kind of comes in almost out of nowhere. It feels like it comes in fast. They could I feel like they're a bit of a mystery, even though I don't think that they're trying to hide who they are. If anything, they could have quite a public profile, and Virgo could still be kind of like, I don't know. I don't know about that. Is your public profile the same as you as a person one-on-one behind the scenes? What do I know about you? How do I get to know someone who maybe, especially if they're in like the public eye, or if they're in government, or there's something along those lines? Virgo is definitely taking a more realistic approach. Like, hey, I'll be fair, I'll get to know somebody. I mean, an emperor is an amazing person. This could be like a delegate or something. But Virgo is not really like wowed and dazzled because, oh, wow, you might have a lot of power. This Virgo is like, everyone has personal power. Some people have more financial power and more, power in the governmental agencies, but that still doesn't mean that wows me. What wows me is, are you a real emperor? And it just kind of feels like this Virgo's keeping their head on straight. So Virgo, obviously, they're not going to be thinking about that person from the past, because they've got somebody new who seems to kind of like pop up out of nowhere. This feels like the direction, like Virgo's head is being turned by somebody brand new. Will be. Remember, that hasn't quite happened yet. What we see is a Virgo who's been steadily moving on from the person that they view as their karmic, which is that initial individual that we were talking about. So let's go back over to them for just a moment. Why is this original person even showing up? What do they want with Virgo? That first character is seemingly the one who's like walking away from a connection. They're okay. What do they want with Virgo? Well, they want to come see Virgo. That Eight of Wands. I figured Virgo had to be their destination. The fact that the first thing that they want to do is run and tell, I'm getting a divorce, I'm getting a divorce. I'm not surprised, even though the reality of it is, I'm going to do that, but I haven't done that. It feels like they're headed like as fast as they can to go see Virgo, but they may be showing up with nothing but their socks on. I mean, like literally, they might be, their life is in a state of disarray. It could be like, I walked away from everything. Virgo, I'm free of it. I said I'm not going to do this anymore. But that couldn't be further from the truth, really. All they did was walk out, but they didn't handle the ramifications of what it means to close out a cycle. I'm not even going to try to read this in a second way. I'm going to say because we have two cards that would speak of divorce to me. This is a character that is ending a relationship, and the first thing they think of is rushing to Virgo. But they are showing up with not much of anything. They're showing up with holes in their socks. They're showing up with maybe not a lot of, not any, maybe finances to their name. They're just coming in with emotion. They're showing up as a King of Wands, and they're showing up like Virgo's going to want to hear my whole story. This Three of Cups, they have this vision of, I'm going to sit down and we're going to have this long, long, long talk where I'm going to tell Virgo how much, emotion I have for them, how much warmth I have for them. I'm going to tell Virgo the truth about everything. I'm going to lay it all out. I got to tell Virgo everything. But this is kind of like their desire to say it all. But remember, Virgo looked at them as a karmic, right? Because we had that reversal. We had the Virgo thinking of them as a King of Pentacles in the reverse. Why do they think, first off, what is all this truth that they want to lay out for Virgo? Death card in the reverse, the Nine of Wands sideways. They want to tell Virgo basically what it was that, wasn't over in their life, what it was that was so painful. This could be a bit of their tales of woe, their tales of, I couldn't change my life at one point in time. I wasn't out of something yet. It was so hard for me. I was under, all kinds of duress. I was, this is the Wounded Warrior card. This is I couldn't shed that old life. I couldn't let go of it. I couldn't get away from it. And I was so hurt. That looks like, and again, this is them trying to tell the truth. So it doesn't mean that that's not true. I'm not being catty by being like, they want to lay out their hurts and their pains and make Virgo understand. What about this King of Wands, right? Because we see them wanting to say all kinds of seemingly loving things. They are, I feel like this person's going to like flood Virgo with, or attempt, this is their plan, is I'm going to flood Virgo with all of this truth and all of this love. And I'm going to tell them how stressed out and how many sleepless nights I've had because you're my Two of Cups, Virgo. You're the person that I love. You're the one. You're the one. You're the person that I was always connected to, and all of my nights have been horrible without you. Okay, they're kind of leaning on a little bit thick, but that's what I see here. Saying all of that at this point in time, now that they've just finally walked away from a karmic situation, and admittedly everything's still a train wreck, and Virgo had come to the conclusion that they are a karmic. I don't know. Do they have any inkling that Virgo does not see them as like the person that Virgo's been waiting for? Higher self. Yeah, they do know that. They do. They're very much aware of it, but they're still, why are you rushing to Virgo now? Why did you just now detach from something? Synchronicity. In this case, they're saying it was that finally I was able to walk away, and it just happens to be at the same time that Virgo is over me. They know all of this. They also know that this is, in their mind, though, it's like this must be divinely guided that, right when Virgo's done, they can finally come back in and then they can win Virgo back. It's almost like, and that's what I would have to do. I'd have to win Virgo, and now I have the chance to do it because I'm finally free. But again, they're not really free. There's a bunch of stuff that's a mess. What prompted them to walk away? Life force energy and the world. They're saying that something inside of them healed enough. They finally had the energy. They finally changed whatever they needed to. They're basically arguing that I stayed in a situation because I was fairly broken and I didn't have the personal empowerment to make changes. And now that I finally found the courage to do it, their courage to do this and to change everything might be interwoven with Virgo's detachment. I'm not really sure why that would be, other than that synchronicity card hints at that. Well, downright says that. They don't care anymore about staying stuck. They're determined not to. They're determined that they're going to break away. I feel like it's going to be very unexpected that this person shows back up into Virgo's life, because I don't see Virgo thinking about them anymore. Let me just get just one simple card. What is Virgo supposed to do with this person? Four of Swords sideways. This might be a great opportunity to heal something that's been painful in this situation, some heartbreak, some hurt. That's the heart chakra. Okay, so this is wonderful to hear from this person, even though it comes in out of the blue. What is the advice to Virgo with this new emperor that they will, I think, kind of be talking to? Four of Cups. And again, with the heart space. Hang on, because it's a card of illusion and missed opportunity. And I said, but what's the advice to Virgo with this individual? We have the Justice card. Throat chakra. I'm going to say what my first impression is. It's like Virgo's going to say, damn, I met this great emperor, but I can't help it. I got to work with this person from my past who showed back up. I can't help it. There's stuff I got to set right with them, or they're trying to set things right with me, and I can't help it. My heart somehow still says that I got to do this. So now that amazing emperor is going to be a missed opportunity. That's my first impression, even though that is not what I'm cheering for at all. Like, I'm totally rooting for Virgo to move on with this new person. But it might be an illusion that Virgo can move on with a new person if indeed they still want to talk to this person from their past. And so that's, maybe the universe is just asking Virgo to think about it. What do you want? Because if the truth is you want to open up that throat chakra and talk to the person from the past, then it might be an illusion that you're falling for that new emperor. Maybe you still are wrapped up with the person from the past. And hey, Virgo has a right to do whatever they want. What's Virgo's thoughts on all this? Eight of Cups sideways. It's like, I finally was able to walk away from them, but now they finally walked away from whatever they had to. And now are we still like peas in a pod? I don't know. At the root chakra, I have to figure this out at the baseline. Did we both get to a point where our energy has shifted? Virgo and this person from the past, who could be a Libra. They came out pretty strong Libra. It kind of looks like Virgo is still Five of Cups with the throat chakra. As much as Virgo doesn't want to have heartbreak and disappointment, I still think that for this story, even if we're not thrilled with it, I can't change the cards that we got. In this story, Virgo's not done dealing with the ex. Maybe they'll get the ex out of their system at some point, but it looks like they're going to wind up getting off track and not deal with the emperor, because they are still wanting to talk it out and hash it out with that person from the past. Maybe it's just to get closure so then they can move on with the emperor. But right now we leave it with Virgo still talking to the ex. All right, I'm going to leave that there. Thank you guys for being here. Thanks for giving